As an ASL interpreter and person with a disability, I've come to understand that inclusion is the active curiosity and desire to connect with individuals that fuels environmental scans and assessments for barriers that impede success in seeking resolution where warranted. Behaviors that promote inclusion begin with curiosity and connection and must be applied to every individual in an organization. For example, when an organization hires an individual who identifies as transgender or non-binary, upon hiring them, if they only introduce themselves and their pronouns to this person and no one else, it effectively ostracizes them and promotes microaggressions within the workspace. On the other hand, inclusion is ensuring policies are inclusive inherently across the board. That means the organization can require components to badges or pins or uniforms that state names and pronouns, or requiring in email signatures, names and pronouns as well. Now, honoring one's identity in the current social climate can be difficult due to the polarizing political and social values permeating our culture at the moment. And we see, this issue with exclusionary behaviors really occur out of defense and maintenance of one's social identity and the privileges associated therein. Behaviors that promote exclusion begin with misunderstanding what inclusion is and the purpose of it within the DEAI umbrella. In an interview with NPR, David Glasgow explained that people reduce DEI practices to be synonymous with racial preferences, affording certain groups an unfair advantage over other groups in the workplace. Now, we've seen this before, the similar sentiment that shaped affirmative action policies to be viewed as disproportionately favoring minority groups. Reducing DEI initiatives to organizational preferences for race and gender contributes to and promotes microaggressions that make the workplace and community unsafe and eventually unproductive. And this can be as small as dialogue in a break room regarding the change from Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day with a really nasty tone, to as overt and stark as, ableist comments like, wow, I can't believe you can do that with disability, wow. Or, very specific racist, sexist, homophobic slurs or statements that really ostracize and further separate people. The reduction of DEI also fails to address that diversity and inclusion really functions and benefits majority group members as well. This is best seen in a really common example in my line of work where deaf and hard of hearing individuals require captions or transcriptions to access an alternative method for training materials. And captions provided not only benefit those who can't hear, but also for veterans who may have really sensitive hearing, tinnitus, or busy parents who are at soccer practice for their kids and can't really listen to a lecture or a speech, but they can engage the transcript or the captions. This also benefits people who have sensory processing disorder within the autism space. Captions or transcripts can provide a decreased stimuli to really engage and learn. Now, this also applies to people who are blind who use HTML formats for Braille readers. This benefits, someone to, if an organization were to task someone on a rotating basis to be a note taker for each of the sprints or meetings that are really big deals. If people can't make it, there's a record. That person can develop note-taking skills, active listening skills, and it also is resume building because not only has it been seen by everyone, but we have tangible proof supervised by managers in a space that this person is actively doing it, and it contributes to a team mindset rather than people functioning in silos. So just merely having someone transcribe a 30-minute meeting, on the surface, it's more work, and beneath the iceberg, we see all of these, fruitful, robust benefits to making one person have access to just surface level information, and it has this wealth of benefit for a business or an organization. I do want to comment that there are grounds for organizations to make claims that DEI is reductive and limiting for majority group members simply based on the scarcity of these discussions mentioning or including white, able-bodied, male, affluent individuals as part of diversity efforts. When DEAI efforts are misconstrued as reductive and they are effectively defensive in nature, this mindset that it's only a preference that benefits one group and no one else, or it oppresses me, this reverse discrimination, reverse racism mindset. Majority group members may need to understand their role in the process of developing these safe spaces for them as well, because we have innate privilege and power that can be leveraged to increase the bottom line, to make workspaces more fun and engaging, and to stimulate innovation.